Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm out just walking around. It looks much brighter than it actually is. The sun is starting to go down. I was a little worried that there might not be enough light, but yeah, it actually looks okay, other than my face. So, yeah, I was just out walking around. We just had some dinner, and I really have nothing specific to talk about. I just decided to turn on the video and see what happens. So, yeah, things are settling down. Chickens will be going to bed here in a little while. Once the sun comes down some more. Again, I know it looks pretty bright. So, yeah, just walking around. That is a Bluetooth speaker I have mounted on the tree. And there's a mosquito magnet that really haven't had to use this year. Mosquitoes have been okay. I have somebody comes out and spray, and there's Maine Prepper Girl's fern. She really likes ferns. So, and then it's a well-used solo stove. We've put a lot of wood through that thing. We were living in Kentucky full-time in a camper and used that a lot. We'd sit out. It was right on the Ohio River. And we'd sit out at night with that thing going, looking. And where we were at, when the sun would go down, if I think about it, I'll put up a couple pictures. But when the sun would go down, it was absolutely beautiful. So, it's been a long day. Not really tiring physically, just mentally, using the old bean up here. And, yeah, just been thinking a lot, thinking about everything that's going on in the world, things that I feel like I need to do, I need to get done. Time is ticking away because when you're here in Maine and other areas where you can have a pretty severe winter, and I've been watching some different shows that where they're predicting that because of this El Nino, that there's certain parts of the country could get significant cold and snowfall, more than last year, and Maine's part of that group. And last year it was colder than normal, and we got I think it was the most snow in 10 years. So we'll see what happens. I got this gazebo here that friend of the family gave us, 12 by 12, very nice. We have two of these, and then I think one 10 by 10, really nice. And I've got weights holding it down, but you could see I've got got the grandkids' Jeeps under there, and those Jeeps. So it's 5-year-old and 3-year-old, and with the 5-year-old with his Jeep, shortly after getting it, I bought an adapter because it comes with a 12-volt battery, and I bought an adapter that allowed me to connect an 18-volt rigid battery to it, which means it goes 1.5 times faster. That thing moves. Maine Prepper Girl was not particularly happy. It scared her to see him flying. But I had him where he would only do that, on straightaways, not around corners and stuff like that. So, but now he's about outgrown that thing, so we're gonna have to find him something else. But his little sister got the pink one, and I got that for $50 or something like that. It's well used, but she has a ball with it. So, had somebody comment a little while ago. This is just things on my mind, just random things. Somebody commented a little while ago about a potential for a draft with the United States going into Iran ground war. I don't think that'll ever happen. I don't think that'll ever happen. I don't know your thoughts on it, but there's no way we would ever have a draft. And I say that not because it wouldn't be needed, although I'll tell you, there's no foreign war where we need to have a draft. The only time we would need a draft is if we were invaded. And even then, I don't think it would be needed. But yeah, you think about the people in the United States today. They would freak if there was a draft. Not only parents of, 18, 19, and 20-year-olds, but the 18 and 19 and 20-year-olds, most of them today, there's no way. There's no way that they would, they're not going to volunteer. It's a draft, but they would absolutely not do it. So Canada would suddenly, the population would jump way up. So there's no way. So I'm not going to get into. I'm just going to summarize it as this: we need to focus what's going on here in the United States. I'm going to leave it at that. Again, I try not to get too much into the weeds. Speaking of weeds, horsetail weed. So I can't remember what did we grow here. It was garlic. We had garlic in there, and we pulled it all up, and I'm going to redo this bed. It's just, I don't think this bed had any weeding fabric underneath to stop the horsetail weed, so I'm going to dig it up just like I did with some of the other ones, and lay down new multiple layers of fabric. I know there's a lot of people don't like weeding fabric, but you haven't had to deal with horsetail weed. And I know it has some medicinal values, but there's so much around here. I don't need it in my raised beds. Anyways, we're going to lay down the weeding fabric, and then I've got dirt already. I've got plenty of dirt, and I'll fill it back up, and then we're going to plant garlic in October. Usually towards the end of October we do garlic. So yeah, just walking through the garden. It's unbelievable how much we've gotten. Really a lot more than we can handle. If we were stay at home and on the homestead all the time, we would have 100, 120 jars of different kinds of pickles. And we would have tomato sauce, and we're going to do more pickles and more tomato sauce. I say it's mostly Maine Prepper Girl. But we got some pumpkins, and I think I don't know if I've showed you guys. Let me turn the camera around. It's a little easier. Hey, look at these spaghetti squash. Look at the size of that thing. And that one is starting to turn yellow. I got more. They grew right up this trellis. It is fantastic. Got more on the other side. Right in there. Some over there. Can't remember if there's any more up in here. There's a small one over there somewhere. And then we got peppers. And we picked some of these peppers. And then these are marigolds, and I think we planted those via seed, and we planted them late because we put some marigolds in, and we put them in almost all the beds. But these, look how tall. I don't know if you can see, but that's a foot high. And then we got this. It's going to be fantastic. I think this is a pumpkin that somehow got mixed in with the spaghetti squash, as you can see. Again, coming right up the trellis. They're starting to turn yellow. Really fantastic. There's some marigolds, that is, I was talking about. We had some cucumbers over here. They went by. There's some scallions. So, yeah, a ton of tomatoes. Maine Prepper Girl came out and picked. She got a whole big, huge bowl of them. It's hard getting out here because some of them are falling off before she can even get to them. Got a chipmunk that lives under the garage slab. Doesn't bother me. I think they're cute. I know they can be destructive, but oh well. What else? Yeah, I did a video earlier, and I was talking about 2027, and there's so much to do. You know, I've always been somebody that, I mentioned in the other video, I'm a big planner, and I got a lot planned for 2027. You know, I set a target, and I haven't done it for 2027 yet. And I say, okay, I want to complete these objectives. So we're wanting to expand our chicken run and get a bigger chicken run and have that set and ready to go so that we can add more chickens. I really want to get more chickens. I want to have, I mean, we have an abundance of eggs now, but I want more so that if we had more people here that, you know, needed to eat, we could supply the eggs. And more garden space. We're talking about, I might order a couple more raised beds and go ahead and fill them and use those for garlic, and maybe have multiple beds of garlic instead of just one. I mean, we got a ton of garlic for us, but I'd like to get it, and then maybe we can sell some garlic to others who want to plant. And again, we have some relatives that have started to get into gardening, and they're starting to get into chickens. I think we might have rubbed off on them a little bit. So that's a good thing. It's a good thing. I'll show you something that's kind of neat. Let me turn this around. So I got this camera here. I don't know if it's going to work, but every 30 minutes, it takes a picture. And it's taking a picture of that sunflower that is getting ready to open. Now, I don't know when it's going to open. So tomorrow when I get home from work, I'm going to check the camera, and I have a power bank right down there that's keeping it going. We don't have any rain coming, so I'm not worried about it sitting outside. So hopefully a deer, a bear, maybe a Sasquatch doesn't come around and knock that thing over in the middle of the night. So we'll see. But really looking forward to the fall. I don't know about where you're at, but it's been hot. It has been a hot summer, even here in Maine. It's been hot. We've had a few multiple days in the 90s. Now, some of y'all are probably going, "Are you serious, Jake? A few multiple days? How about weeks?" I know, I used to live in the South, and it's been super hot down there. But it's been hot up here, and I'm just looking forward to the weather cooling down, because there's a lot I want to do. I'll turn this camera around. Well, no. So all back there is my Starlink. All back there, yeah, it's starting to get dark. You can see it's getting pixelated. It's just woods. And I want to get back there and start clearing it out. There are a lot of trees that have fallen. The property was really not kept up with. I mean, there's acres back there. But I got to start somewhere. And I want to start going back and clearing out some of it, cleaning it up, and getting some of the wood that I'm going to cut up to use in the wood stove. You know, the stuff that's seasoned. So here's our other garden. Got some zucchinis over there. They're about done. And we got cucumbers there. And there were some cucumbers and zucchini in here they've gone by. Cucumber right there. We've gotten so many cucumbers off these 2 plants here. It's unbelievable. We got some yellow squash in buckets, peppers. I can't remember what this is right here. I don't remember. And more yellow squash over there. Tons of stuff. So, oh, and then I'll just point out real quick. We've got 12 buckets right there. And some of that stuff's gone by. And then me and my 5-year-old grandson, I did a video on it a few, I guess about 3 weeks ago. I said to him, I said, hey, you want to go start a garden? He said, yeah, let's do that. So we got up, we went and got buckets, and these buckets already had holes and stuff in them, and I put some wood chips in the bottom of them, and we put some dirt in them, and we put them in a wheelbarrow, and he rode in the wheelbarrow, and we came over here, we put them out, and then we went and looked at all the different seeds, and I said, hey, let's pick out some stuff to plant. So we did some carrots, some beans, some green beans, some yellow wax beans, some cucumbers. Is there something else? Radish. Did radishes. And we put the seeds in, and now every time he comes over, he runs back here and looks at it and is like, oh, it's growing. So it's really good experience for these kids nowadays, you know. So many kids, I see it. And, you know, I was by far not a perfect parent, but so many kids, they sit there and they're just looking at that screen. Just staring at that screen, not seeing anything that's going on. And they got this beautiful world out there. Skies, sunrise, sunsets. You know, so much that they can look at and learn from and remember. And they're just staring at this fake. You know what? It's not just kids. It's adults too. You know, I get caught up in it too, sometimes. Anyways, I gotta go put the chickens up. They're all in the coop. Every night I go over there and I'll walk over there. Every night I go over there and I go in, shut the door, and I cover up their feeders so mice can't get in there. I do check for eggs one last time, just in case. And I tell them good night. Make some eggs. Not sweet dreams. Make some eggs. And yeah, it's a good experience. So anyways, yeah, the mosquitoes are starting to come out too. I guess I should have had that mosquito magnet going. Anyways, I appreciate you guys spending a little bit of time. This is one of my longer videos. Just out walking around blabbing. Hope everybody's doing really well. I appreciate everybody coming around, watching, commenting. I tell you, I really enjoy it. So that's it. I appreciate it. You guys stay safe. We will see you next time.
So I ran from the cities and the noise and lies, found a piece of ground under open skies, hands in the dirt, sweat on my shirt, learning what living's really worth. While crooked men shake hands in rooms, selling souls to corporate suits. Society's sick, but I found the cure. A back road life, honest and pure. They can keep their throne and their golden news. This life out here's my modern exodus. I traded screens for a sunrise, calloused palms, blisters, pride, planted seeds where hope